Sunlight floods the bustling cafe, steam swirling from mugs on checkered floors. A man in his mid-30s sits at a table, casually scrolling through his phone. Lost in the digital world, he remains detached from the lively cafe ambiance. The cafe buzzes around him, a stark contrast to his absorbed, solitary focus. In the bustling cafe, a phone buzzes urgently, disrupting the ambient chatter. The screen flashes unknown number, an ominous label that hangs in the air. A man's hand hovers over the answer button, a moment of tense hesitation. His fingers tremble slightly as he grapples with the unknown caller. He makes a choice. He answers. Inside the bustling cafe, a man's brow furrows, phone pressed hard against his ear, lost in a sea of oblivious faces. His eyes dart around the room, a silent plea for understanding in the crowded chaos. A disembodied voice whispers urgently from the phone. "Run!" The man's face pales, a dawning realization of imminent danger washing over him. Confusion etches across the man's face as he enters the bustling cafe, a sense of bewilderment clouding his features. His eyes dart nervously, searching through the blur of faces in the crowded lunchtime rush. Each face is just beyond his grasp, a sea of anonymity swirling around him. A deep sense of isolation begins to creep in as the search proves fruitless, his confusion deepening. In the bustling cafe, a sudden stillness descends as the man's eyes dart downwards, a flicker of unease crossing his face. A crimson pinpoint appears on his checkered shirt, an ominous sign in the mundane setting. The laser sight dances malevolently against the fabric, a silent threat cutting through the cafe's hum. His breath hitches, the casual atmosphere shattered by the deadly focus of the crimson dot. The checkered pattern of his shirt now a stark backdrop to the stark reality of impending danger. Inside the cafe, the man reacts with explosive speed, his body a coiled spring unleashed. He throws himself sideways, a desperate dive for cover in the bustling cafe. His chair scrapes violently across the tiled floor, a harsh screech piercing the cafe's hum. The sudden, jarring sound cuts through the air, drawing eyes and raising alarms. A moment of stunned silence hangs in the air, followed by a wave of rising panic. A deafening crack shatters the cafe's calm as a bullet pierces the window. Glass explodes inward, a deadly rain showering the tables where the man was just sitting. The echo of the gunshot lingers, amplifying the chaos and sudden danger. A silent scream hangs in the air, the aftermath of violence abruptly unveiled. In the bustling cafe, a sudden scramble for cover ensues as a man dives behind an overturned table. His heart pounds, a frantic drum against his ribs, each beat echoing the escalating danger. Adrenaline floods his senses, sharpening his focus amidst the chaos. His eyes dart around, assessing threats, every nerve on high alert. Shadows dance around him as he seeks refuge, the cafe transformed into a battleground. Every creak and whisper amplifies, turning ordinary sounds into menacing signals. Inside the bustling cafe, a man's trembling hands betray his inner turmoil as he clutches his phone. His anxious gaze darts around, a silent plea for help hidden in his eyes. Each tap on the screen is filled with urgency as he struggles to dial the emergency number. His fingers slip, the weight of the moment pressing down on him as he tries to maintain control. Finally, he punches in 911, each digit a desperate attempt to break free from the unfolding crisis. Inside the bustling cafe, a call connects, but the dial tone is a cold, hollow drone in his ear. He waits, his face etched with anxiety as the seconds tick by. The cafe noise fades into background. Only the dial tone remains. Each ring echoes the rising tension in his heart. He hopes someone will pick up. Inside the bustling cafe, a man's eyes dart to his phone, a flicker of confusion crossing his face. The caller ID display glows ominously, revealing his own number staring back at him. A chill runs down his spine as the impossible reality sinks in, a silent question forming in his mind. His grip tightens on the phone, the cafe's cheerful ambiance now a stark contrast to the dread creeping in. In a quiet cafe, a man sits alone at a small table, a half-empty coffee cup, a silent witness to his mounting shock. His eyes widen, pupils dilating, as if he's seeing something truly unbelievable unfold before him. A slight tremor runs through his hands, betraying the depth of his astonishment and disbelief. He whispers, his voice laced with utter disbelief. "Impossible." In the quiet cafe, a man hangs up the phone, the click echoing the dread now seizing his heart. His hand remains frozen mid-air, the dark phone a stark symbol of the unseen threat. A cold sweat glistens on his brow, betraying the silent panic rising within. He stares, unblinking, at the instrument that just delivered the shattering news. The cafe blurs around him, the mundane setting now a cage of mounting terror. Inside the cafe, a man's trembling hands navigate through his phone. Each tap on the screen seems to magnify his growing anxiety. He scrolls through his call history, his face etched with worry. The dim light of the phone illuminates his increasingly troubled expression. A phone screen glows, harshly illuminating the cafe's dim interior, highlighted against the dark interface. A single, stark notification. An unknown number blazes on the screen. A missed incoming call. The unanswered call hangs in the air, pregnant with unspoken possibilities. A silent question lingers. Who called, and what did they want? Inside the cafe, the man taps a number on his phone, his expression unreadable. The phone's screen illuminates his face, casting shadows that deepen the mystery. The screen expands, revealing the details of a hidden message. Each tap of the screen resonates with the anticipation of what's to come. The cafe's ambient sounds fade as the man's attention sharpens. The details displayed on the phone set a new course of action. The cafe's gentle hum fills the air, a backdrop to my growing unease. Steam curls lazily from the coffee, a silent witness to my inner turmoil. The phone glows in my hand, casting a stark light on the table. Each passing second amplifies the weight of the unspoken. The number wasn't unknown at all, a voice echoes, heavy with realization. It was my own. The narration concludes, a chilling revelation. A man's face fills the frame, every pore etched with raw terror and utter bewilderment. His eyes dart wildly, mirroring the chaos within as he struggles to comprehend the unfolding horror. Each flicker of his pupils betrays a deeper descent into fear, a silent scream trapped behind his gaze. Confusion clouds his features, a desperate plea for understanding in a world turned upside down. His breath hitches, a fragile gasp against the suffocating weight of his mounting dread. The cafe blurs around him, the mundane backdrop amplifying the stark terror in his eyes. The cafe's vibrant colors begin to swirl, a dizzying kaleidoscope around him. The clatter of cups and chatter of voices fade, morphing into a dull, distant hum. His vision blurs, the once familiar surroundings now a distorted, unrecognizable space. A wave of disorientation washes over him, isolating him in the crowded cafe. Inside the bustling cafe, a man's hand clenches his phone, knuckles bone white against the cold metal. His face is etched with worry, eyes darting nervously around the crowded space, a silent plea for reassurance. Each passing second feels like an eternity as he awaits a response, the weight of expectation heavy on his shoulders. The cafe's ambient noise fades into a dull roar, amplifying the deafening silence of the unanswered call. His breath hitches, a visible struggle between hope and despair playing out on his tense features. He stares intently at the phone screen, a silent question hanging in the air as he anticipates the next ring. He casts a wary glance around the bustling cafe, his senses on high alert. A subtle shift, the patrons' faces now seem subtly turned towards him. Their eyes, like hidden cameras, lock onto him. He feels the weight of their attention, a silent, judging presence. Each face is an unreadable mask, concealing intentions and secrets. The air thickens with unspoken tension as he stands alone, scrutinized. Inside the cafe, sunlight pierces through the shattered window, creating an intense glare. The sudden burst of light momentarily blinds him. The light intensifies, highlighting the dust motes dancing in the air. He squints, struggling to adjust to the blinding brightness. Inside the bustling cafe, a man's breath hitches, each inhale becoming a shallow struggle. His eyes dart around the room, a silent scream trapped within their depths. A sense of isolation descends, a heavy cloak smothering him amidst the crowd. He feels utterly alone, a solitary figure adrift in a sea of faces. Panic tightens its grip, each breath a desperate attempt to break free from unseen chains. He pauses, a sudden stillness taking over as his eyes fix on the entrance. Slowly, deliberately, he begins to rise. His movement fluid and measured, his gaze remains intensely focused, an unwavering anticipation building. The air thickens with unspoken expectation, every sense heightened. He stands fully now, a silent sentinel awaiting a significant arrival. Inside the cafe, a figure hesitates, each step measured with a palpable sense of uncertainty. He advances cautiously, his senses on high alert, unsure of the secrets hidden within the cafe's walls. A step forward, then another, each movement deliberate as he ventures into the unknown. The air thickens with anticipation as he prepares to confront whatever awaits him in the dimly lit cafe.